Genius and madness, two sides of the same fragile mind. Throughout history, some of the world's brightest thinkers, the people who changed science, art, and philosophy, have also fallen into terrifying depths of insanity. But what if genius itself is the spark that leads to madness? What if the same brain that sees beyond human limits also sees too much? Let's begin with Nikola Tesla, the man who gave us electricity as we know it, a true visionary who dreamed of wireless power and global communication long before it was even a concept. But toward the end of his life, his brilliance began to blur with obsession. Tesla became convinced he was receiving messages from outer space. He spent his final years alone in a New York hotel, feeding pigeons he claimed spoke to him, and writing letters to a white dove he believed was his soulmate, his connection to another world. The man who lit up the world slowly faded into darkness. Then there was Isaac Newton, the father of modern physics. He discovered gravity, invented calculus, and decoded the laws of the universe. But few know that Newton also spent decades obsessing over alchemy and secret codes he believed were hidden in the Bible. In his journals, he wrote that he was on a divine mission to uncover the date of the apocalypse. He slept little, worked endlessly, and at times descended into violent paranoia, convinced his rivals were conspiring against him. The man who gave order to the universe couldn't find peace within his own mind. Ludwig van Beethoven, perhaps the greatest composer who ever lived, heard music so powerful it transcended his own deafness. But as his hearing faded, his isolation grew unbearable. He became enraged by small noises, cursed at friends, and spoke of ghostly forces dictating his compositions. In his letters, he described hearing voices that told him the universe was singing through him. By the time he died, he was half mad and completely brilliant. His mind was a storm that gave birth to symphonies. Even Charles Darwin, the father of evolution, was haunted by his own discoveries. After changing science forever, Darwin withdrew from the world, plagued by mysterious illnesses and crippling anxiety. He wrote of terrifying nightmares, fainting spells, and a constant dread that his ideas had unleashed something dangerous upon the world. Some historians say he never recovered from the weight of what he de-revealed, that humanity was not divine, but animal. And then there's John Nash, the mathematical prodigy whose mind unlocked impossible equations, but also created a universe of delusion. Nash believed he was a messenger from beyond Earth, that secret governments were communicating with him through newspapers, and that he was destined to save humanity. His mind was split between two realities, one brilliant, one broken. He would later call it a price of seeing the world too clearly. So what does this all mean? Maybe the human brain was never meant to hold that much power, to see so deeply into the patterns of existence that others can't even imagine. Maybe genius isn't a gift at all, but a curse. A beautiful, terrifying crack in the mind that allows light to enter, but also lets the darkness seep in. In the end, every one of these geniuses gave us something eternal, a discovery, a symphony, a new way of understanding reality. But they also left behind a warning that brilliance, pushed too far, can turn the brightest mind into the darkest labyrinth. So the next time you admire a work of genius, remember that behind that spark of brilliance may lie the quiet echo of a mind pushed to its very edge. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the minds of geniuses fascinating, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that explore the hidden sides of history. See you in the next one.